Let's chat. And I hope you don't mind about the background noise because there are cars and motorcycles going by at all times. I live in a city that doesn't sleep, and I'm sorry about my WhatsApp notification sound. I'll just mute this tab right now. Alright, I have one announcement to make, and I was thinking about this sentence. One announcement a day will keep bad luck away. I hope so. It's a good announcement. I was checking my newsletter's status this afternoon, and it looked really good. I reached and surpassed 4,000 subscribers, and the opening rate reached 35%, and which is great. This is really great. You know, you can't expect that you're gonna have an open rate of like 100%. This sadly never happens. But based on my previous experience working with CRM slash email marketing, the usual open rate was 10%. And I have spent so many hours explaining to my clients that 10% of open rate was good, even though they had like 100,000 subscribers. 10% meant 10,000, so 10,000 people were reading what they were saying. It wasn't enough. They were always questioning, always trying to find someone to blame. And you know what's funny? They were never to blame. The fault was always on us, and of course they were paying us, so they were paying the specialist. This is what happens when you work with advertising in Brazil, advertising, content creation, and all of that. I had a client on the healthcare segment. We really had some crazy situations with them. We started to run campaigns, ad campaigns all over the internet, Google, Instagram, you name it, and the campaigns were going great. Every day we were driving leads and hot leads to their pipeline, and they were not converting. So they were spending more money. They were spending on us as a retainer fee to provide services. They were spending more money on media, or really to air their pieces, their layouts, their artwork. I mean our artwork, because we were designing them. We renewed all of their assets that they have, all of the graphics we designed from scratch, and they actually looked beautiful. However, it was not converting, so they were clearly unhappy, and they claimed that they were unhappy with the results. A lot of people were arriving, and we had a way to prove it, so we hopped on several calls with them. We went presentially on site to their office to talk about this, to show reports and all of that. They were relentless, saying, yeah, we're not selling what we were supposed to sell. And they even claimed that they were selling more before we got in. So the directors took the decision of doing this. Let's understand what's actually happening. Let's study the whole pipeline from the first touch to the last touch. So how did they close deals? The deals were closed through internet. However, these people, lower class people, because the product was really cheap, and private health in Brazil and everywhere else is expensive. So lower class people, they would rather call, or that people reached out to them, meaning the salespeople from this company. And the sales calls were not happening. No, they were not happening. That's why they weren't closing. And not only that, we started to behave as a prospect, so as an interested person. We called them, and the experience was terrible. One other way was to reach through message, through WhatsApp, and we contact them. The experience was terrible. There was the whoever that lady was, she was the salesperson. She was sending like it wasn't even screenshots. She was taking pictures from her computer screen and sending them to us. It was all a mess. And then we were like, all right, you were doing a terrible process and we are to blame. Are you serious? And nonetheless, what happened afterwards, the company eventually they kept growing. Nowadays they're huge, but pandemic happened, coronavirus happened. Even though they are on the health segment, they provide some sort of healthcare, really accessible healthcare. They shut us down. They closed. They canceled. They called off the contract, saying, "All right, we don't have money to pay you." They were not paying. They were already like nickel and diming everything we did, and believe it or not, they kept growing. So they could show us like, oh, we don't need you. They did. They needed us as far as they wanted to have us with them, because all of our recommendations, they were actually followed through by them. They started selling more. The situation was working on their favor, so they won. Anyways, crazy situations. I have so many crazy stories involving advertising market in Brazil. Even though I haven't been in really big agencies, it only gets worse and crazier. Anyways, thanks for chatting with me, guys. I'll see you again next time.